Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to a live stream coverage of San Diego Rebellion football. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Kyle Down, alongside my commentator.
Wait, this is wrong.
We're going out.
What?
We're on the loudspeaker.
No, we're not. Are we?
Yeah. I'll help you out because like he's gonna do most of the play for.
Hello.
Do, like,
We're on the loudspeaker.
sponsors, so I'll help you out in the beginning.
Hello?
Because I have to make sure I say.
Oh, that's the TV. Oh, listen. No, listen.
Yeah. I'll help you.
Testing, testing. Yeah, see, that's the TV.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll spot on these sponsors.
That's the TV, not the loudspeakers.
Why did they turn the TV on every time?
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So good. We just had some technical difficulties for the San Diego Rebellion live stream, and welcome to Game 2 between the Inland Empire Ravens and your San Diego Rebellion. My name is Nick Baldwin. We're here with
Kyle Dyer, and good evening wherever you may be. As you can see right now, the coin toss is being flipped by honorary captain William Buchanan, who is a two-time Pro Bowler from the then San Diego Chargers.
Are back at it on the 28th for their biggest game of the season. Your Rebellion will face against the powerhouse Los Angeles Warriors, who made a strong run in the Division I playoffs last year and have only added more weapons since. It is also our salute to service night. Active and retired
There's a
military
coin
league for
flip here.
$5. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. Don't miss any of the action. April 28th, Rebellion versus Warriors.
Here's everything. Here.
yeah, but that's not the edited one. I think.
This is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know it's what you mean. Oh no, this is it. Because I've worked for like 3 hours.
Looks like Rebellion won the coin toss, but for deferred, so they will receive the ball in the second half. All right, we'll see what goes on here. So Selena Graves looks like she's going to kick off the game here. Meanwhile, for the Inland Empire Ravens, number 3 and number 44 will be back to receive the football around the 15-yard line.
So Graves is their main kicker. We do know that after last week. She definitely has Das Boot because she has been playing for 2 years. Very impressive, and that's very apparent that she knows how to kick a football very, very well. So that can definitely be a turning point for the Rebellion. Special teams.
And meanwhile, we're just waiting to get all the return special teams to get all coordinated here. I think we're about ready to go here.
And we got our whistle, and the game is underway. And what a kick!
A little bobble there from number 44. Still trying to recover the football right around the 13. She finally picks it up, and she's going to be dragged backwards down to the 12-yard line. Not a very good special teams done for Inland Empire, but great job by the kicking team of the Rebellion.
It's like she was in a rodeo wrapping up her calf, tying up her calf. That was a great wrap-up tackle.
Oh, yes.
Great inside the 15 for the Ravens to start. Great field position for the Rebellion starting on defense.
Yes. As we should mention, the defense was pretty good, gave up only 6 points last game against Capital City Rage, with Katie Ott going for 1 interception, and also by Leslie Hubble, number 31 for the corner. So let's see how they do in the first drive here for the defense on the 1st and 10. That's the give up to the fullback in the middle. Loses the football, and it's recovered by number 81, Vanika Jarvis. Great start for the defense for the Rebellion. That's going to be a great turnover.
And that's probably a momentum starter already. They're probably great kickoff, forced fumble recovery, all within the first 20 seconds of the game. What a great way to start off week 2. And who knows, maybe the Women's Football Alliance kind of went a little light on the prediction, going 21-8.
All right, now let's see what the offense does here. Last week, during the first half, they were very slow going for first downs. Let's see how they do here on 1st and 10 here. is in the pistol here for pistol formation. Ninji will keep it to herself, goes to the right side,
Lauren takes it for
and she
herself,
just
and
keeps
no
it
gain
for
on the play.
about
Second down.
no gain on the play. Or no yard gain. Meanwhile, Ninji Martin, she had a great game last week, going for 2 touchdown passes but only 1 interception. But she played very consistent football throughout the first game. So
Second and 10 at the 16-yard line.
she'll definitely be a big impact here for the Rebellion. Second out and 10. Ninji will keep it herself, gives it to number 31, Leslie Humble. She's going to run to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebellion! 15-yard touchdown run.
6-0
Yeah, what-
San Diego.
What a great run.
I'm sure Leslie is used to being in that end zone with all her playing history, running the ball, catching the ball, and after last week's game, very impressive.
Great
She
job.
has been playing football for 18 years,
Yep.
since all the way going back to 2000.
And she was also a track and field athlete for Loyola University in Maryland back in '99. And ever since played football since 2000. Kick on the way for the extra point
And
into
it's
that
good.
bright California sun, and it is good. Your score now 7-0 Rebellion with 14 minutes gone to go here in the first quarter.
Don't forget this game is also sponsored by Dance FX, who will be the halftime performance for the Week 5 matchup between your San Diego Rebellion and the Sin City Trojans.
So 11-yard TD run by,
Number 31, Leslie Hubble.
what a great run. She's been playing football for 18 years. She was also showing her speed on that only 11-yard carry, but she was a track and field athlete, so no wonder she's got some wheels on her feet. And she has,
She also mentioned that the only time she never played football was when she was on an aircraft carrier for 3 years in Spain, but doesn't affect her anyway, as is shown from that touchdown run. Selena Graves now
so
will be
back to the kickoff. Very quick turnaround. It's like we just saw this. And again, a big
Oh,
boot.
number 3 loses the football this time, and now they gotta go all the way backwards to around the 18-yard line, and she's gonna get wrapped down by number 81, Vanika Jarvis, right around the 7.
Vanika
First and
Jarvis
10 at the
already
10-yard
making
line.
a name for herself. That's 2 tackles on 3 defensive plays. What an athlete. Wouldn't you say, Kyle?
Yes, but you know the thing is, it's definitely not a good thing for what's been going on for the special teams for Inland Empire. So they need to figure out a way to fix their special teams
Yeah,
right
or
away.
this could be over early. It's hopefully not looking that way. We won a good game today, especially for our sake, since we're the commentators for it. But, you know, I think the Rebellion definitely came out hungry and ready to play. It definitely seems that way for on this scoring play on the second play. Turnover on the first.
Tackle on that play. Elliott Newman.
There was a 1st and 10 here to the fullback for the Inland Empire.
Second and 9.
Very little gain there on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long.
For only 1 yard. Right now, the Ravens only have 1 yard of total offense. Absolute dominance by the Rebellion defense.
But keep in mind, though, we still got a lot of football to play, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and I'm sure it will happen, but momentum is huge in a game like this,
Second down.
and I think the Rebellion are definitely going to be feeding off that.
2nd and long. Here, she just gets stuffed
And brought
again.
down by number 77, Tanya Luna.
77,
That's
Tanya
another
Luna
loss.
on the tackle.
Great tackling by this Rebellion defense.
What's the background about her? I need to learn about Tanya. Tanya Luna, who has been around for a couple of years now playing WFA, played 1 season with the San Diego State and 1 season with the North County Stars. Still making a pretty big impact right now for the Rebellion here. Meanwhile, it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 here for the Inland Empire Ravens.
Third down, let's make some noise.
See if it's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Ravens and a quick turnaround on offense for the
Into the
Rebellion.
nickel. It's a little quarterback keep. Breaks one tackle, cuts to the right side, and finally brought out of bounds right around the 31-yard line
Down, brought down out of bounds
for
by
a 20-yard pickup.
Irish
First
Bell.
down, Inland Empire.
If I ever saw
That's
a
first
missed
and 10 for
tackle,
Rebellion,
that is
31-yard
definitely
line.
one to say this is how you do not tackle someone. Take note of what the Rebellion defense tried to do in the backfield and came up short, but didn't allow a big play. Just the first down as the Rebellion set up again. First and 10 for the Inland Empire from the 30.
Little give to the fullback here up the middle for minimal gain, probably about 2 yards on the
And a
play.
short gain on that one for the Ravens.
Second down and 8.
down.
Let me give a sponsor shout out real quick. Meanwhile, with a little break in the action, be sure to look. This game is also sponsored by Palomar College Media Studios. Today's game. I messed that up.
Felipe's Pizza is a proud sponsor of the San Diego Rebellion and today's game. Be sure to check them out. in
Today's
downtown
game is
Escondido,
brought
right
to
here in
you
Los
by the Palomar College Media.
I reset it.
Well, I thought you said you messed up.
No, I messed it up. It's okay.
Second and 8 for the Ravens.
All right, never mind that. Second down and 8 for the Ravens. Little give up the middle again here for the Ravens for about maybe a couple of
And another
yards.
short gain, third down.
And it
Tackled by number
seems
44.
like Tanya Luna
Ilya
is all over,
Nguyen. Sorry, go ahead.
all over the field today as she
Tanya
makes her
Luna, the original
third
hero in that tackle.
tackle on the day. Very impressive for a defensive tackle. Way to get wherever the ball is going to be and always give your best effort.
And that was a third down short. We've been seeing a lot of running plays on the ground lately for Inland Empire. Do you think you expecting them to go on the run again or a little pass?
I expect them to go on the run mainly just because it's been working. Hopefully the Rebellion, they put 8 in the box. They think it is a run, and hopefully it is.
Oh, a little miscue
But
there.
a missed pitch
A little bit of a miscue there, but Ravens cover.
in
Ball
the
nonetheless.
backfield.
Fourth
Loss
down.
of about 9 yards,
Yeah, just
which
a
brings a fourth and long
very bad
for the
miscue.
Ravens.
Yeah, there was just a terrible miscue there by the Ravens offense.
But very quick to jump on the ball was the Rebellion defense, and they got there quick to not allow the Ravens to scoop it up and try to make something work with it, which brings up now a punting situation for the Ravens as
That's Selena Graves.
if you know who that is, say the name.
Okay, Selena Graves back to return here. Oh, she missed.
Selena Graves.
A little bit of slip on the ball there, but it's still a Rebellion ball no less.
At the
Right around the
48-yard
48-yard line.
And I played baseball.
This game is also sponsored by Dance FX, who are providing our halftime show on May 12th at our cancer awareness game. This game is also sponsored by Dance FX, who will be in the halftime performance for the Week 5 matchup between your San Diego Rebellion and the Sin City Trojans.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of fun, especially like coming straight from baseball for me is like.
Now, back on offense is the Rebellion, San Diego Rebellion, with Nenji Martin as your starting quarterback.
Terrible baseball player.
Martin in the pistol with Armstrong in the backfield, but she had one touchdown last week for the Rebellion. Let's see how she does here this week. Little option to Armstrong this time. Goes on the right side here. Cuts in the middle and gains about 4 yards on the carry, right around the 47-yard line of Raven territory. So it'll be second and 6.
line of the Ravens.
course, Ronnie Armstrong at 11. Had a lot of years of football experience, playing 7 years of youth football and 4 years in high school.
She really shows her skill set. Last week, running the ball. This week, early in the game, already presenting her skill. And right now, it actually looks like the Rebellion are looking to go to the air on this play. And Nenji Martin might want to show off her arm, and she does.
Caught by number 13, Sheminsky.
For a quick
cutting the left
screen.
side. Out of bounds right around the 37-yard line.
Far enough for a first down.
10-yard pickup on the play for Sheminsky.
That's a 10-yard pickup on that one.
Versus
and 10
Saminsky,
at
who
the Ravens'
she has
37-yard
played
line.
youth football in Philadelphia from age 8 through 12 and has been playing competitive
First and 10, San
football
Diego.
ever since.
I think they're just. I think when it goes out of bounds, they're like.
Nenji Martin with a dime on the last play for 10 yards. And if you like the dime she is throwing on the football field and you want to improve your quarterback rating, visit quarterbackcoach.org and Coach Morse can help you out.
Well, pass up the middle, it's incomplete. Intended for Christian Saminsky.
Intended again for
Right in
Smurfs
her hands, it
second
falls
down.
incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Rebellion.
Tonight's game is also sponsored by Coach Cree Morris and his 5 total quarterbacks clinics. Quarterback Nenji Martin has been working with Coach Cree Morris for the last 4 months. If you want to fine-tune your quarterback skills, visit quarterbackcoach.org. Coach Morris coaches
one
players
did you
from
read?
junior high all the way up to the pros.
Yeah.
Cree Morris plays right
Okay,
here at Lawrence
I'll read
High
this one.
School.
Find
and works his
USA.
way
Do
up
you-
when he plays for the Raiders
Do you
and
like
the
having
Ravens. Be sure to
socks that
check
make
out
other people ask, where do you get
quarterbackcoach.org.
those? Well, Find USA has those type of socks, and you can get a pair of your own. Just go to findusa.com and use the code SDR10 to get 10% off your order. 2nd out of 10 for the Rebellion. With Graves in the slot. Little low pass here, but it's caught by Katie Ott, running down the sidelines out of bounds, right around the 27-yard line.
Nenji Martin is really showing off her arm and the work that she puts in with Coach Morris, who coaches all levels, youth, high school, college, and pros. And Coach Morris has actually played in the pros, so he's been all around football all of his life. So if you want to get coached by Coach Morris, visit quarterbackcoach.org.
Meanwhile, it's now 3rd and inches here for the Rebellion. With Graves in the slot here, Armstrong in the backfield for the
With
Rebellion.
Nenji being such a big asset to the team, wouldn't you just take it and run up the middle?
Either or give it to Armstrong. Well, she
And
does
it
keep,
looks like she does.
And this time it is first
Keeps
down
the ball to
Rebellion.
herself, gets the first and more.
great job. 5-yard pickup for the Rebellion by Nenji Martin. That's another first down. I mean, last week they nearly didn't get any first downs. They've gotten at least 4 so far for the Rebellion. So at least they adapted here in the first half offense than what they did last week.
Yeah. I know they should like communicate a little bit better.
First and 10 here. With 5 in the secondary, little keep to Armstrong. Armstrong going left side. She's gonna cut to the left. Touchdown, Rebellion! Oh my!
Armstrong is really showing her speed from her track and field days. It looks like she's running the 100-meter sprint out there every time she gets the ball.
A 24-yard touchdown run for Armstrong puts now a 2-touchdown score for the Rebellion. With Graves now just get to attempt the extra point here. Nenji Martin, the holder here.
Man, Nenji Martin can really do it all.
Good snap, good hold,
It
and
is
right
good.
down the middle it goes. 14-0 Rebellion here, still in the midpoint in the first quarter.
With 6 minutes flat, I don't know. Hopefully, the Ravens can turn this around and make this a game again. It might be over early,
Meanwhile,
but who doesn't like watching San Diego Rebellion football? It's always great.
Meanwhile, in the Berkey action, I want to give a little shout out here to Tomboy X, underwear that fits regular bodies and that anybody can feel comfortable in regardless of where they feel on the size of or gender spectrum.
Also sponsored by San Diego
And by San Diego Digital Imagery. From our programs, tickets, and flyers to our live streaming, there isn't anything they can't do for your team or business.
It reminds me of the undies. There's a new undies, and it's literally on every
That
single
I
stream
know,
podcast. Now I want to buy a pair because I feel like my favorite podcast is Around the NFL podcast, and literally every single podcast they have best friends.
See this kick again. Man, does she have a boot. And another big one.
Little boot rolling all the way back to the
All the way,
4-yard line.
trickling down inside
Number
the
3 picks it
5.
up. Picks it up. Still
Rebellion
losing yardage. Oh my.
The 1 yard line. That's number 44.
just hustling down the field on fire is
What?
this coverage team.
What was
as
that?
they tackle him inside the 5 on the 4-yard line.
What was that phrase last week, Nick, that you said that she wrapped?
She wrapped her up like a Christmas ham.
Definitely did with that special teams play.
Wow, there are definitely going to be a lot of highlights from this game.
4-yard line.
Meanwhile, the defense back on the field, forcing some great play on the defense here, forcing one fumble that resulted in a 15-yard touchdown, and also going stopping the Ravens on the second drive.
Rebellion coming strong. Let's make some noise.
1st and 10 here inside the 5. A little give up the middle there.
I would definitely say that was a smart
Nice tackle on
play
that
call,
play. Once
even though
again,
they've
Elliott
stuck to
Newman.
the run most of the games so far. You're backed up in your own zone. You have to get the ball out somehow, and which they do. They gain about 3 yards, which brings up 2nd and 7 for the Inland Empires.
Elliott Newman with the tackle. A little background on her. She played 4 seasons of playing football at Patrick Henry High School in San Diego. Elliott Newman.
Timeout.
Looks like it was by the Ravens.
Timeout by the Ravens. Got to collect their thoughts, and I don't blame them. It's still early in the first quarter, but you're getting this kind of a thrashing by the San Diego Rebellion. What kind of adjustments are you looking at if you're the Ravens, Kyle?
Yeah, the thing they need to be careful with is their miscues. They have a lot of miscues both on special teams and on their offense on that second drive. So I think they just need to learn their mistakes and try to adapt quickly. Otherwise, this ball game could go out of hand.
So would you say that they're trying to do a little bit too much, and they should kind of bring it back to the basics and hand the ball off instead of pitching it out and hoping the running back catches it?
Well, I think they need to try to do a little bit more passing because we've been seeing a lot of run games, but a lot of them are up the middle for minimal gain. So what I would do if I was the Ravens, just try something new. Go for a screen pass, try to do a little pass on the outside, just try to get something
Try to work
going.
in some trickery that the Rebellion defense would not expect.
Right.
Something I think that they should definitely work on is getting the ball to the outside. They have too much pressure up the middle with Tanya Luna roaming around. She's already got 3 tackles on today. She's a force to be reckoned with.
Second and 7 here for the Ravens here.
Second down for the Rebellion defense.
Little option read here to number 44.
Nice
Tackle right around
by number
11.
44, Elliott Newman.
That's going to be a 3-yard pickup. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
Well, it looks like the Ravens did hear me all the way up here in the booth. They are trying to get to the outside, but the Rebellion defense is just way too fast, way too good to beat the Raven offense to the corners and hold them for a short gain. And let's see if they could, force a 3 and out and get back on offense to set up another scoring drive.
Absolutely. Here goes a 3rd down and 3 here. Looks like one of the Rebellion might have jumped offside. Meanwhile,
Yeah, we got some laundry on the field by the far line judge.
can I see the referee?
Just walking over to the Ravens bench to let them know what infraction the Rebellion team just inflicted on themselves.
We'll see the call here is on. Meanwhile, our referee today is Mario Miranda.
Raffle info?
Yeah, if you can announce the raffles. And then also they would like you to announce one more time a special thank you to Willie for
Looks like it was a legal formation by the Ravens. Penalty declined. Results of the play is a turnover for the Rebellion. What? No, it was a legal
After
formation.
tonight's game, you could be walking out of here with some money in your pocket just by buying a ticket
I
from our
thought it was a
50-50 raffle. And if you get the winning number, you walk out with half of whatever we raise. Tickets are $1 each, or 6 for $5, or 10 for $15.
No, you're right.
And one more time, a special thank you to our honorary captain, former cornerback Willie Buchanan, for coming
So
out
another
tonight.
key turnover here for the Rebellion. Their 2nd turnover of the game.
Oh, the Rebellion had the ball.
Right
I
now.
don't think the Rebellion have been outside the Ravens 30 at all this game.
Well, they did at one point, but that was just
And because
mostly
of
towards
the offset
midfield.
penalty, it is a turnover again.
Yeah, and they
Rebellion
quickly
ball.
moved up the field to set up a 24-yard scoring play.
First and
It'll-
goal at
it'll
the
be a first and
8-yard
goal.
line.
Be a 1st and goal here.
Nenji Martin in the shotgun, looking to
Looking
the
right.
air,
And she's gonna
showing
break a
off
tackle.
that
Walks into the
arm
end zone for another
Touchdown
score.
connection.
as Kristen
Sherminsky.
And it makes it 20
An
nothing
8-yard
San Diego.
touchdown pass gives them now a 3-touchdown lead with 4:08 to play in the 1st quarter.
And don't forget, PlayAgainNow.com will be providing a recovery bundle on their website, which includes a Play Again Now shirt.
Nenji Martin to hold as she has. I mean, this girl can really do it all. She's got
Kick is good,
2
maybe.
touchdowns. She holds extra points, making plays on defense.
Kickoff is good. PAT is good. Meanwhile, there is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Illegal formation against the Rebellion. Kick is good, but it'll be assessed on the kickoff.
The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Kick is good. 21-0 Rebellion.
So your score now, if you just tuned in, it's now Rebellion 21, Ravens 0, with 4 to play here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, and the Rebellion are already proving those. If you're a betting folk out there, all the bettors wrong,
Oh,
putting up
I'm
21.
sorry.
Sorry, mistake. They will be.
I'm sorry,
assessing that kick.
they have to do the kick again. I'm sorry.
And it doesn't matter.
My
It's still
mistake
good.
here. They actually redid the kick, and now the kick is good.
But our clock operator was so confident that extra point was still going to be good and kept it on the board. That's just how confident the San Diego Rebellion team is.
Well, last week we didn't even have a clock operator, but finally we did, thankfully. What is your name?
Amy.
Amy, who was actually doing our clock operating, so thank you for that, Amy. I want to give a quick shout out here to, while we're on break, for Play Now Recovery, proud supporters of the Rebellion from the beginning. Play Again Now is daily recovery drink formulated with 2 active ingredients, molecule white hyaluronic acid and MSM, to help provide lubrication, anti-inflammatory, and immune support at the cellular level. Recovery for the entire human body. This unique immune support at the cellular level. Recovery for the entire human body. This unique combination helps fight delayed onset
Kicking off here.
muscle soreness, giving you rapid elasticity and flexibility throughout your musculoskeletal system. After every workout, they provide.
Wow, what a hit! That was like a sack of potatoes falling from the top shelf of the grocery store. Wow, that was a thud.
And sorry for the. To get yours, visit their Facebook. To get their product, please visit them on Facebook page or playagain.com. I'm sorry for that. That was just a long advertisement here.
So, right, our sponsors want to get their word in and have the golden voices say it up here in the press box. So we're going to say it with what works. But right now, 21-0, 3:40 left in the first
If you're hungry after
quarter
tonight's action,
still.
Catering is here to meet your food and drink needs. They have nachos.
I don't know about you, Kyle, but I already feel we're maybe like 2 minutes away from halftime. We've been up here for so long, but we're just only seeing Rebellion dominance.
Well, currently they're still dominant right here, but let's see what they do here on the 1st and 10 here for the Ravens at the 24-yard line. It's actually a play this time.
As the Ravens look to the air.
Quarterback keep here by number 11.
And again, it's
But only
Elliott
minimal
Ewing
gain
on the
here for about
tackle.
2.
Short gain for the Ravens.
Only 2nd down and 8.
Jacked Up Brewing is the 5th quarter home of your San Diego Rebellion. Join the team and coaches for great local beer as well as the EMS food truck.
When?
That's how you pronounce it.
Sorry.
Okay.
2nd and 7 for the Ravens.
Elliott's at 6 tackles, which makes another one so.
All right.
Elliott Wynn with another huge tackle that makes it 3rd for the day. Let's see who else is going to step up on this defense.
2nd and 7 here. Little pitch on the outside. A little bit of a bobble there for number 44, but loses. About a
Nice
couple
tackle on
there.
that play by Aubrey Tomley.
Aubrey Tomley with.
Loss of yards for the Ravens.
Where is she?
And one more reminder, you could be walking out of here tonight with some money in your pocket. Just
Aubrey
by checking
Twomey
out
with the
50-50
tackle.
Raffle, and if you get the winning number, you
Aubrey
get half
Aubrey
of the revenue
Twomey
raised.
is a
$55
2-year player.
for 6 for 5, or
Both
10 for 15.
playing both years with the North County Stars. With a little experience, but still proving to be a big factor nonetheless. 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8. They went to the air once, not too successful on that play. Maybe they look to the air on this.
Little give here to number 44.
And nice stop
for a
on that
gain
one.
of
4th
nothing.
down for the
As
Ravens.
Tanya Luna makes her 4th
Tanya Luna
tackle
with
of
the
the
tackle on that
evening,
one.
which brings a 4th down for the Ravens, and looks like they might be punting yet again.
And it'll be Katie Ott who will actually come back to receive the punt.
Which I am starting to say, like, they need a momentum changer somehow.
Oh, they actually audible and they actually looks like they're gonna go for it. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm sorry. Excuse me, what I just
Rebellion
said.
punt return formation
It was
here on
switched.
4th down.
It was a audible for the receiving team. It'll be Graves now back to return. I think that's Graves. Oh, it's
Go with the drugs, stays at
number 43.
Stop the clock. Stop the clock.
Yes, a little timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, excuse me. There was actually Iris Jones that was in the backfield.
Timeout on the field, and you know it's at this point this is second timeout called this afternoon, this evening, and it's still only the first quarter.
Yeah.
We're not even in the second quarter. You got to reserve your timeouts. You don't know what's gonna happen before halftime. Something crazy, but if I was the Raven offense, you gotta come up with something creative right here. And do it quickly, do it smartly, because your San Diego Rebellion defense is ball hawking tonight.
Meanwhile, Mira Shamillan will be back, or Gillen, excuse me, will be back to receive the punt for San Diego.
Fourth down, back on the field in punt formation.
Low snap, little bobble there, and a low kick there.
But turned out to be a really good punt as it keeps rolling to the 30, to the 27, picked up.
Gillen goes out of bounds.
Gillen has a
Throwing down the
burst of
sideline
speed
and out of bounds,
and
right around
runs
midfield.
out at about the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Probably the farthest back in Rebellion territory the Rebellion have started tonight. Let's see how they're gonna react to that, as there might be some momentum coming from the Ravens right here after a great kick like that.
Yeah, especially
After a very goofy kick, wouldn't you say?
yeah, and then like she had to go back to the 27 and gained it back 15 yards. But nonetheless, still good field position for the Rebellion.
First and 10 for San
It'll be-
Diego.
It'll be 1st and 10 here. With Graves in the slot here, and Armstrong in the backfield.
We got Nenji Martin setting up, of course, in the shotgun, 3 wide to the left, and looking to the air with a
It's
dime over the
Incomplete,
middle.
almost intercepted by number 85 of the Ravens. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
It makes it 2nd and 10.
It'll wait till the snap again.
And nicknames are more accurate. That's what they say in practice.
Coach Morris, the quarterback coach for Nenji Martin, I don't know if he's too happy right now with a few incomplete passes by Nenji Martin.
Little outside screen pass to Selena Graves on the outside. Cuts to the left side and dragged out of bounds on about the 42, 41 yard line. 12-yard pickup on the play and another 1st down.
It is.
Meanwhile, a little breaking the action. Jacta Brewery is the 5th quarter home of your San Diego Rebellion. Join the team and coaches for great local beer as well as their EMS food truck.
Third down, moving the chains back.
That's your correction. It wasn't a 1st down. It's the 3rd and inches play.
Third
now.
and inches, yes. Very strange marking. I couldn't even tell up here in the
It
booth.
looked to me it was a 1st down, but I guess not.
But they're pulling them chains out there. Now it looks like a 3rd and 1 instead of a 3rd and inches. Come on, referees. You
What?
got to make up your mind. You can't hold back the Rebellion offense that much.
It's a pass to Odd.
As
Gets
another
swallowed.
dime,
Swallowed in the backfield.
but
By
sniffing
the
the play
secondary.
out is the Raven defense
Number 41, Katie, all that
as they
catch.
read Nenji Martin's eyes
I would just say we're
for a loss of about 2 yards.
Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Last week we saw a lot of 4th down plays by the Rebellion, converting almost 50% of them. Let's see what they do here. Can they convert here?
Nenji Martin
Little
with the
outside to the
option.
Oh, what
And
a
big hit.
bulldoze truck there by Armstrong. Picks up a 1st down for the Rebellion. Oh my. And that is the end of the 1st quarter. Your score 21, Rebellion 21, Ravens 0.
I know they say make a hole to fit a freight train through, but they never say hit like a freight train, but that was the case there.
My goodness
What a
me.
hit by Armstrong.
Meanwhile, let's give another shout out to EMS Catering. Here to meet your food and drink needs. They have nachos, candy, hot dogs, hamburgers. They will also be our 5th quarter at Jacked Up Brewery. If you're getting hungry, stop by EMS Catering. They have nachos, candy. I'm sorry, that was a typo. You can join the team and coaches for post-game beer while joining the EMS food truck.
Right as we're looking at the scoreboard, it unfortunately disappeared, but now we're back in business. 21-0, your San Diego Rebellion as we start only the second quarter. Something.
Fairly, the screen's like. We've been looking at the screen. It looks like anytime they zoom out, they see the scoreboard. But if they zoom in, we can't even see it. That's a bit interesting. And now it's disappeared again. And reappeared in some ways. Well, we still have the scoreboard up there. It's just that it's just a bit weird what the camera's doing, I guess.
You get half of whatever you raise. Tickets are the same as the recovery bundle, $1 each, 6 for 5, or 15 for 10.
I'm afraid I won't be able to get
First and 10 for the Rebellion.
There we go, 1st and 10 here.
As the refs just want to stop the Rebellion momentum. You got to find out some ways to stop a team like this. They're doing a phenomenal job as the start of the second quarter is underway.
1st and 10 here at the Ravens 41-yard line.
And Nenji
Well,
Martin
up the
to
middle,
the
a
air,
little bit overthrown and incomplete. Intended for
but thought
Kristen
her
Szymanski
receiver
on the
was
play.
Kevin Durant. Thought she could jump, about 10 more inches, but overthrown brings up 2nd and 10 for your San Diego Rebellion. What do you think of the way the San Diego Rebellion calls plays? They kind of shouted from the sideline. The Rebellion knows what their coaches are saying.
They're more aggressive play calling. But it seems like the Ravens are playing more conservative in terms of their play calling on defense. 2nd down and 10 here.
And
for
Martin keeps
Ninja
it.
running to the right
Holding
side
that ball.
and dragged down right about the
32-yard line.
32-yard line, so it's going to make it a 3rd and short coming up. Ninji Martin, of course, playing her 16th year of women's football, who's also the head coach, not head coach, excuse me, one of the coaches for Del Norte High School. And she was, in 2014, she was named also Defensive Player of the Year. So great. So you can tell she's a great all-around player here. 3rd down and short. Give to Armstrong on the option, running left side. And she's going to go into the end zone.
Ronnie Armstrong.
33-yard touchdown run again by Ronice Armstrong.
That marks Ronnie's 2nd touchdown of the evening. I don't know if the Rebellion offense is a one-trick pony or what, but Ronnie Armstrong has about 50% of their points just by herself. Got to spread the wealth a little bit.
Definitely a great job just playing aggressive play calling here. And Selena Graves here will attempt the extra point here. Good snap, good hold, right in the wind, and it is perfect. Your score now 28-0 Rebellion with 14 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Oh my.
Just as the start of the game started, the second quarter is just the same way. Quick touchdown, 56 seconds into the second quarter, puts the Rebellion up 28-0.
Let's give a little thanks here to Felipe's Pizza, who is our pizzeria sponsor here for the San Diego Rebellion in downtown Escondido. Also by San Diego Digital Imagery. From our programs, tickets, and flyers to our live stream, there isn't anything they can do for your team or business.
Now, I know we're not even close to halftime. That's about another half hour away right now. But you got to start thinking as a coach on your team. You're up 28-0. What are you telling your players? Are you trying to get them to rest, or are you say still go after it?
Well, you got to play 60 minutes of football. You got to play to your best expectations. Selena Graves here to kick it up. Oh, it's an onside kick.
And now with the surprise.
But there's a flag on the play, and I think that's not I think that's going to
be
come back.
for illegal touching within 10 yards. Got to let the ball go 10 yards.
Going to be illegal touching.
Illegal touching on the Rebellion there. So that was a shot for the Ravens in Rebellion territory
We
at
got
the
an
42.
option here. The Ravens could either elect to take the ball right there or move the ball back and do a re-kick.
Well,
It looks like we're going to have our old-fashioned official gathering right here.
Well, we'll just wait for the official word from Mario Miranda and the crew. Meanwhile, on this break, let's give another shout out to Play It Now Recovery. They have also provided a recovery bundle, which include a Play Again Now shirt, hat, and 2 bottles of product. Fighting also includes some of their fighting titanium discs, and the team included 4 Rebellion bracelets and a T-shirt. Raffle tickets are $1 each 6 for 5 or 15 for 10. Or if you want cold hard cash as your prize, get tickets for our 50-50 raffle. You get half of whatever we raise. Tickets are the same as the recovery bundle.
And it looks like the Ravens did probably take the better option. I would definitely say so. Take the ball where it was touched by the Rebellion kicking team as they set up shop on the 37-yard line.
Really? Okay, so
Probably the best field position they've had all night. I gotta say that for sure.
agree. It's been mostly a runaway freight train for the Ravens, but a very great shift in momentum
Now,
for the
can the Ravens
Rebellion.
be that runaway truck lane and stop this freight train?
Well, let's see what the runaway train does here on the 1st and 10. Give it to number 8. Oh no, she is going to be met by Elliot Nguyen, excuse me,
Brought down
for
to the
a loss
backfield
of
by
1
number 24,
on the
Elliot
play.
Nguyen.
Which brings up Elliott's 4th tackle of the night. First one for a loss and a big hit in the backfield. I think the Rebellion is really bringing the rain from last week's game after a slow start in the first half. Going into the third quarter is tied 0-0. Now they're up 20-0, and we just started the second quarter.
2nd and 11 here for the Ravens. Little keep to the quarterback.
And a nice
Little
little
option here.
pitch.
Tackled by number 81.
Ravens brought down for a pickup of 2 by number 81,
By Jarvis.
Vanika Jarvis.
Vanika Jarvis on the tackle again.
Man, she's been a beast lately in the defense.
Yeah, I mean, we just hear her name everywhere. Offense, defense, special teams. She could run, she could
All right,
catch, she could
make some
tackle.
noise for your Rebellion defense.
3rd down and 7 here for the Ravens.
Let's see if the Rebellion defense can make a huge stop right here to kill any momentum the Ravens have.
Give up the middle, number
And they
8, and
do
she's met
with a group
by
tackle.
by Wen again for no gain on the play. It brings up now 4th down.
Defense. 4th down.
My goodness, this defense is just a brick wall out there. My goodness me.
They're really bringing the rain. They're making the Ravens know who they are and not letting time tell that fate. The Rebellion defense really means football, really means business. And I think even though they won week 1, they definitely learned some from week 1 and are transitioning it into this game already off on a fast start.
It looks like they're gonna go for it here on 4th and long.
You have to in this situation. The Ravens
it's a
are
pass
looking
there,
to
little
the
pressure there
air,
by
so something
Elliott.
different,
Little,
but taken out of bounds.
a little bit short there. A little pressure there
Rebellion ball.
from Stoll. Sets up a turnover on downs for the Rebellion. A little break in the action while we have a little break here. if you're hungry, EMS Catering is here to meet your food and drink needs. They have nachos, hot dogs, chips, candy, and drinks. They will also be our 5th quarter at Jatta Brewery at 800 West Grand Avenue.
Hyaluronic acid and MSM to help provide lubrication, anti-inflammatory, and immune support at the cellular level. Recovery for the entire human body. This unique combination helps fight delayed onset muscle soreness, giving you rapid elasticity and flexibility throughout your musculoskeletal system after every workout.
Oh, that's what we all do here.
Angie Martin now back on the field here for the Rebellion.
Now, there's only 11 minutes left in the second quarter, but you keep pressuring and don't show any mercy in this situation or work on plays you need to.
Martin, a little pass caught by number 13, Szyminski, for a pick of about 3 yards. That's going to set up
catch for the Rebellion.
a 2nd and 7.
Going to bring up about a 2nd and 8.
What do you feel like so far has been a big impact so far for the Rebellion, Nick? Would you say it's their tempo in their offense or just the aggressiveness in their defense?
It seems to me that, both of those, aggressiveness and tempo, but also they definitely worked in practice. They worked their tails off and really are shoving the football down the Ravens' throat with a huge run here, trying to break free, and settles for about a 35-yard run.
First down by Susan Leary.
Susan Leary with a huge pickup on the play. My goodness, into Raven territory.
Definitely the biggest play of the night by either team's 35 yards by Susan Leary, and she's a rookie. This is her first time playing football.
But she has had experience of playing flag football.
Yes, competitive flag football. So she does have that knack to wanting to beat whoever she is going against.
1st and 10 here from the 39 for the Rebellion. In the pistol, give it to Leary again on the right side.
Leary with the big stiff arm.
Bulldozing and
turns
tackled
the
in the
corner.
secondary. Right around the 29-yard line. That's going to be pretty close to a 1st down, I think.
And they're signifying 1st down.
By Leslie Hubble.
Oh, excuse me, that was Leslie Hubble.
Also, if you want to win some cold hard cash, make sure to get tickets for our 50-50 raffle. You get half of whatever we raise. Tickets are $1, 6 for $5, or 15 for $10.
1st and 10 here for the Rebellion inside the 29. Lined up in the pistol. On the right side to Graves, and double coverage, and it's incomplete.
Double coverage, more like triple coverage there.
Yeah.
She is like a triple stuffed Oreo on that. Barely gonna get the ball into that window, which brings up 2nd and 10. But at this point, you gotta just try things. You're up 28-0. It doesn't look like the Ravens are really fighting back or even putting up much of a fight. So if I'm the coach, I'm trying every trick play I got in the book.
2nd and 10 here for the Rebellion. Looks like we got a flag on the play here.
There is a flag on the field.
We got some more laundry on the field as the head official is signifying
a false start penalty.
False start on the Rebellion. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 15.
So now it's 2nd and 15 inside the 34-yard line. Lauren pistol throws to the right side, and it is way out of bounds.
A little too much air under that. Looked like the ball just slipped out of her hand, and you can see Nenji now a little frustrated that she didn't hold on to that ball as it brings up 3rd and long.
A little too much, yeah. I'd probably say that ball was underthrown.
Well, it was underthrown, so.
Well, Anyways, it's now going to be a 3rd and 15 now for Ninja Martin in the offense. Lined up in the pistol. Martin's going to keep it to herself.
Very shocking as they
Armstrong
keep to
with
the
carry,
ground.
but she's going to be dragged down near the 31-yard line
Ronnie
for
Armstrong
a
brought
three,
down the 33-yard line. So we're
or
at 4th down.
33, excuse me, for a yard pickup. So it's going to set up now a 4th and long.
What's the distance?
This marks the first 4th down for the Rebellion offense. Uncharted waters here.
Actually, I think this is a second 4th down.
So it's still not too familiar in this territory. What do you do here? Just go for it as they have been?
Well, you're up 28-0. I'd probably stick with your aggressive play call and just go for it.
It looks like they might have a little trickery with the gunner out to the left.
And with Graves in the backfield. Timeout's now called. Oh, excuse me, it's a delay of game.
Penalty on the Rebellion.
A delay of game penalty on the Rebellion, so now it's going to extend back even further. To now
Maybe they're watching our broadcast down there, and we're saying run all these trick plays. Now they got 2 penalties on this set of downs. It's not looking too hot for them.
Well, whatever it is, they're just not going to have to punt the ball into the dark California sun. Picked up by
Selena Graves with a great
Ooh.
block, giving the Ravens inside
picked
the
up,
1
and
yard
it's
line.
brought down by by Leslie Hubble.
The return was brought down by Leslie Hubble.
A little break in the action.
Well, EMS
Let's give out a shout out to Tomboy X, underwear that fit regular bodies and that anybody can feel comfortable in regardless of where they fell on the size or gender spectrum.
Jacket Brewery is the 5th quarter home of your San Diego Rebellion. Join the team and coaches for great local beer after the game.
And also by DJ Trey Flip, who is also providing our music. And with the Field Groove Entertainment. For booking information, please stop by the DJ table during the game or after.
No DJ tonight for some reason.
Sorry, I just been worried there's no DJ tonight.
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of hungry for a safety at this point. And what a great opportunity.
Oh, good tackle in the
Gotten
backfield.
some pressure.
by
They
the defense.
did tackle the Ravens for a loss.
Bring up 2nd down.
Loss of about a couple there on the play. Brings up 2nd and 12. So far, I feel like this defense has just been a brick wall so far for this
So
Raven
you got
offense.
a brick wall defense here. You got a ground and pound offense here. Do you start putting more men in, more players in the box and start blitzing a little bit more in this scenario?
Well, it looks like they are blitzing here.
Especially to get those 2 points as Tane Luna makes another
Ravens are stuck
stop
once again by the Rebellion's defensive line.
right at the line of scrimmage, makes her
3rd down.
5th tackle on the night.
There's now a 3rd and long for the Ravens.
3rd and long for the Ravens.
Now you have to stay true when you're playing defense. You can't cheat a little, and that's how you let up a big play. But it doesn't seem like the Inland Empire's offense really has those tricks up their sleeves.
Nah, it looks like so far nothing's been working yet.
Timeout.
And now we're going to have a timeout called by, I believe by the Ravens? That's the Ravens, right? So 3rd timeout for the Ravens here. That is actually their last timeout here with And if you're just tuning in here, we have 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter with the score still 28-0 Rebellion. Third down and 12. And it looks like
As it looks like there might be some daylight for the Ravens.
On the tackle.
As it
well, she's going to be about 3 yards short of the marker. That's going to set up now a 4th and short.
4th and 5, you gotta punt it here. You're way too deep in your own zone here. You gotta be smart. And you know, the Rebellion, they started off strong, but now they're holding them at 28 points.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a score for at least 7 minutes. Maybe things are starting to change.
A little bit of high snap there. Good.
Another
to the right
awkward
side.
punt,
Back for the punt return.
but a rolling
She's just gonna let it roll.
ball onto
Oh, she picks it up. Oh, she picks it up at the 46. Look at her go! And she's gone! Touchdown!
Selena Graves!
You've got to be kidding me! Oh my goodness!
Fantastic punt return.
46-yard punt return touchdown!
The ref is actually calling it back.
Right there by Selena
Stepped
Graves.
out of bounds
Oh, they're gonna
on
mark her
the
short.
11-yard line. What a crowd killer by this officiating crew.
Bounds at the 10-yard line.
But you gotta call it as you see it.
Fake hike.
It looked like she was just trying to let it coast by, and then oh no, I'm just gonna pick it up and I'm gonna try to run all the way.
You gotta
my
say
goodness.
that was a great job by the officiating crew tonight. Good eye on the footwork to see it cross the white sideline.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that in quite a long time in football. That was pretty spectacular. First and
goal for the Rebellion offense on the 10-yard line. As Nenji Martin looks there
Martin throws in the middle, incomplete.
Over the
A
middle.
little short for Sheminsky. That's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Pass intended for number 13, Kristen Smierzinski.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the most exciting things I saw for a while in this game with that punt return. For
At least in this game, it's all just been a one-team show in this game.
Yeah, been very one-sided here. Ninji's gonna keep it to herself here. To the
And
right
looks
side,
like she's-
she's gonna coast in into the end zone.
Martin!
Taking it to the house
10-yard touchdown run for Ninji Martin.
as she
The
gets her
Rebellion are just
second
routing the
touchdown
Ravens.
of the day.
Be sure to check out Coach
My
Creemore.
What
goodness.
a quarterback.
Quarterback Ninji Martin has been working with quarterbacks coach Creemore for the last 4 months. If you want to fine-tune your quarterback skills, visit quarterbackcoach.org. Selena Graves is set up for the extra point attempt.
Well, Selena Graves now set up to do another PAT.
Her 5th PAT of the night.
Kick is up and
Good.
And like
Right
the last
down the middle.
four, it is
Ravens
good
0,
as
5
well.
seconds remaining in the second quarter.
5 for 5 on PAT attempts.
I'm gonna do the first. Meanwhile, on the break, let's
Once again, be
give
sure
it.
to enter our 50
I'm going
50
to a little
raffle.
shout out here for
You
Coach
get
Cree
half
Morris
of
and his
the
5 QB football clinics. Ninji Martin has been working with quarterbacks coach Cree Morris for the last 4 months. If you want to fine-tune your quarterback skills, visit quarterbackcoach.org. Coach Morris coaches players from junior high all the way up to the pros. Cree Morris played right here at Orange Glen High School and worked his way up to the pros, where he played for the Raiders and the Rams. Well, so far it's just been working and working and working so far for the Rebellion. 35-0 here in the midpoint in the second quarter.
And I'm sure Coach Cree Morris is a little bit disappointed not to see her star quarterback throw no touchdowns this evening.
No, she has
They've
not.
all been on the ground, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, last week she threw about 2 touchdown passes.
She does have 1 touchdown. It was in the first quarter.
Lows all the way back into the end zone. And
What
she's going to
a
keep it.
kick. I don't know if that was the smartest play on that. Field the ball in the end zone and take it out for to put the ball on the 3-yard line. I'm not sure what was going on there,
That's gonna
but
put the Ravens inside their own 5-yard line.
I don't know what to say about that one. I'm surprised she didn't take a knee in the end zone. That's a very big rookie mistake by the Ravens special teams.
Katie Yacht forcing the kneel right there.
There's just been so many miscues for the Ravens. I feel like I've lost track.
there has been many miscues. More miscues than an amateur pool event.
Yes. With averaging they've been averaging in their own, I probably want to say around their own 15 has been their average for starting. It's this 1st and 10 here, up the middle for the Ravens. Gains to about the 10-yard line.
The Rebellion's gonna set up a second down.
Sets up 2nd and 6.
From the first game to this game, it definitely looks like the Rebellion team has gotten better. Ever since the second half in last week to now, they've been on
Bring
fire.
up a second
Absolutely.
and 5 Ravens.
It's just been a runaway train for the Rebellion, both offensively, defensively, all around pretty much.
Preseason took a little extra time by taking 2 quarters into the first week's game, but now your San Diego Rebellion is on a storm right now.
Well, actually, it's 2nd and 5, excuse me. So, a little handoff here, up the middle. Gets bulldozed by number 43, Iris Jones with a tackle.
Bulldozed by number 43, Iris Jones.
My goodness me.
You just gotta love a stern name like Iris Jones. You just can have so much fun seeing that, especially with the hard hitting tackle like Iris Jones just made.
Hey, is she Irish? She finding the gold so far on this defense.
She is, and the next goal pot she needs to find is that ball on the turf for a scoop and score.
Third down stops.
3rd down and 5 here for the Ravens. Keep for the quarterback, runs to the left side. Good tackle there, but it's going to be about close to the 1st down. Tackled by number 15, Aisha Burney.
That's going to bring up a 1st down for the Ravens, brought down by number 95, Nina Perez.
Nina Perez?
I can tell it was 15 or 95, so wait
It
a
was,
second.
yeah, it looked like it was 15. It looked like it was 15 to me.
I could be wrong.
Aisha Burney, who is also a rookie here, making a pretty solid tackle here for the Rebellion, but it sets up a 1st down here for the Ravens inside their own 13-yard line.
That has to be one of the few 1st downs the Rebellion defense has allowed all night.
I think they've
They're
given up.
really toning up on defense, you gotta say.
They've given up at least like 4 first downs
As
on
they
this
meet the
game.
Ravens in the backfield for another 2-yard
Brought down
loss.
in the backfield by number 44, Elliot Nguyen.
Elliot Nguyen with a tackle for a loss of probably about a couple there.
Which brings up her
That's gonna bring up about a
6th
2nd and 12.
tackle of the night. And it's only the first half. I think we have a defensive MVP early in the game.
Meanwhile, we're going to be set to the 2-minute warning here. If you're just tuning in here, our score right now is the
That is
Rebellion
2-minute warning.
35
2
and
minutes left in the
the
second
Ravens 0.
Start it.
What?
He was rolling.
No, keep it at 2.
No, he was.
Huh?
The white hat was rolling. Yeah, I'm watching the white hat.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 2-minute warning. Sorry, it was not a 2-minute warning. Excuse me. Look at her
she's
dancing
shaking
around,
and
breaking
baking
3
in the-
tackles, but she gets met in the backfield
Finally
by number
brought down
32, Kristen Stoll. Another rookie here making a pretty big tackle for the Rebellion. Loss of a
Kristen
couple.
Stoll with her 3rd tackle of the night. She's climbing up the ranks on the tackle leaderboard.
Doesn't seem like they've been going on pace.
And
Doesn't seem like they're hurrying up though, even though.
you know, they really, the coach for the Rebellion really must be watching our live stream and saying, hey, these announcers are noticing you let up a first down. Don't let it happen again. As it's 3rd and long right now.
I think they have, because so far it's been working for the Rebellion, both sides of the ball. A little give up the middle, literally about a couple yards there for the Ravens. Gets up a 4th down.
4th and long
11.
for the Inland Empire Ravens.
Doesn't seem like they're too hurry up in pace as the clock winds down near to
I
35
personally
seconds.
wouldn't be in this situation. You just want to get to the half and make those adjustments you need. And we might see a historic comeback right here. Down 7 possessions. You never know in a game of football.
Graves on the backfield to return the punt. Catches it near the
Great.
43-yard line. Runs to the right side here. Breaking tackles. Still, she's got blockers ahead. Still going. And finally brought down around the 11-yard line. 28-yard run by Graves sets up the Rebellion in good field territory, but only with 4 seconds to go in the second. As we're
So
near the
you
sprint of the
got
first.
4 seconds, you got 1 passing touchdown. What do you do in this scenario?
Hot dogs, chips, candy, and drink.
If you got a big lead, I say just go for another touchdown if you can.
Keep adding on the pain. I like it. I like it. And we got to change that quarterback here.
If I can see, it is actually Kristen Serminski.
Sherminsky in that quarterback, and we actually saw this in the scrimmage. She has a cannon for an arm. Let's see if she
Low
uses
snap,
it.
and she's going to be
She
dragged back down to
tried.
the 20-yard line.
You
and
saw a trying effort for a pass, but it was a low snap, which brings us in to halftime.
It is halftime now. For any of you guys watching, it is right now. The score is 35-0. Great job by the Rebellion. Both sides of the football.
Fantastic first half.
We will be back here in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half. We will have Jordan and Luke doing the second half broadcast of our live streaming.
Simon, don't stop it and change it.
All right, folks, it looks like we got about 25 seconds left till the second half begins. We do want to apologize in advance that the live stream was unable to work today. We will make sure that we have it up tonight for you guys to watch and enjoy the game afterwards. Anyway, still waiting on my co-anchor, Luke, right now. He's running to the restroom to take care of some business. So yeah, it looks like we've been told by the referees that we will have a running clock in the second half, so it should be a pretty quick second half. So far in the first half, the Rebellion have been elite on both offense and defense. Definitely something they should be proud of. All they can do right now is just keep working on what they need to work on. And hey, if you're in town, make sure to join us at Jacked Up Brewery, the 5th quarter home if you're a San Diego Rebellion. Join the team and coaches for great local beer. All right, and the kick is set to go underway. Kick is up. We're covered by number 81, Vanika Jarvis. Takes it up the right side, now back up the middle. Cuts to the right, rumbling, bumbling, light on her feet, all the way in the end zone. Kickoff return touchdown by number 81, Vanika Jarvis. Special teams, often overlooked part of the game, has been excellent for the Rebellion all night long. Vanika Jarvis, not even the main kick returner on that kick, returns it all the way to the end zone to start out the second half. Way to make a statement, Mrs. Jarvis.
I'd say me not being here is good luck, but this is basically what they've been doing all night. They've been controlling all 3 sides of the ball. And it's going to keep happening, it looks like. How do you stop this just, you can't really call it anything else but bleeding at this point. How do you stop it if you're the Ravens?
If I'm the Ravens, all I'm worried about right now is just focusing on what we need to do to make improvements. They haven't been able to stop any aspect of the Rebellion game so far. I guess the biggest thing for them is the run game. I feel like the Rebellion pass game has still got some work to do, as the extra point is up and good right there by Selena Graves, who has been phenomenal as not even coming into the season as a kicker, but she's been doing a great job on all aspects of the field tonight.
Yeah, she hasn't missed. She's set them up perfectly throughout the field. And yeah, I think that the fact that the Rebellion, well, like you said, it's the passing game right now that hasn't been working, but their running is like, even the passes that have been working are short screens and stuff. Like, it's been a complete get the ball close and just run up the field kind of thing, and it's been working.
No, exactly. And so if I was the Ravens, my focus would be maybe stacking an 8-man box, because that's going to limit the run game, and then also you're going to be more set up for those screen passes, because that's been the one thing they've been exposed on all night long from the very first drive of the game.
So they just got the ball here, and they're immediately kicking off back, looking to make it 2 great plays in a row on special teams. And that's Graves. And another great kick. We were just talking about that. This one's going to go back in the end zone. And this time, she'll kneel in the end zone.
This time she will take a knee. She did learn from her mistakes right there.
I think I did hear a few people over there shouting. And, I mean, this is, from what I've heard, there's quite a few players that are playing their first year of football in this. If you go through the bios, even some guys on our Rebellion, this is their very first year ever playing. So, I mean, everyone, you're not going to know every single rule, but she'll remember it after tonight. So I don't think she ever forgets that again.
No, I definitely don't think she will. She just got to treat it as a learning moment. There really are no mistakes, especially in the early part of the season.
Exactly.
When you're new to football, this is your time to learn. There's a lot you learn in theory in the offseason, but now that you're actually in your games, you're in your second game of the year, you're starting to really realize, like, okay, this is what we need to do to win. This is what we need to do to play better.
Exactly. You can listen, you can practice, you can read about it so much, but when you're out there, it's all that goes away, and it's a lot of instinct versus just, like, what you learned in a split second. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Ravens on this one. And they are going to give it off.
Once again, just a swarm of Rebellion defenders in the backfield.
Yeah, they're all over the ball. And even that was always the one thing that even in that 0-0 standstill in the first week, where of course they still dominate and win 28-6, I believe, they were struggling a little bit in the first half, but it was always the fact that they were swarming the defense that stood out, or swarming the ball on defense.
Oh yeah, their defenses looked great from week 1. Honestly, on offense in that first half last week, I really just think it was those first game jitters. I mean, defense, I feel like there's a little less thinking. So on offense, they're more in their heads, and now that we're seeing what they're capable of, and this is only the beginning. They're only barely scratching the surface. There's some diamonds in the rough on this team.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking through it. There are, right here, I just see 8 rookies right off the top. We were just talking about that. And the way they've been playing already, just gang group tackling like that and stuff, and just swarming the ball, like you said, they're only going to get better and better, because that's really instinct. So from here on out, it's just going to be more of the small things.
Exactly, just like the old saying goes, defense wins championships.
Exactly.
So far, their defense is pretty solid.
Exactly, you can afford to make. I mean, Nenji hasn't been the most accurate on offense tonight, but you can afford to do that with another great stuff right here. And it is 3rd and 10.
Exactly, but back to Nenji Martin, I mean, this is her first time playing quarterback ever. A lot of the great success she has seen so far, which is very limited so far. She has some more to do, and she knows that.
Right.
Is due to Coach Cree Morris. But she spent the first 15 years of her playing career as a middle linebacker.
Exactly. That's a big switch. You know, you might see a receiver go to quarterback every once in a while, but you hardly ever see a linebacker. That's a total change.
Exactly. And so as far as the physical mechanics of becoming a quarterback, it's a lot different. But I think mentally, you can already see like how she commands the offense.
Exactly.
And that comes from being a leader on her defense. She's always been a leadership type personality growing up her whole life.
Right, and I think when you are that linebacker that's kind of, quote-unquote, the quarterback of the defense, you kind of already know what they're thinking almost if you've been there 15 years. So it's an advantage on both sides of the ball.
Exactly. And, you know, unlike a lot of these teams, as the Ravens are brought down for, looks like it's going to be 3rd down.
I believe it's 4th down. I believe that was, yeah. And Vanika Jarvis... It's been Vanika Jarvis and Elliot Nguyen. I believe they are both defensive linemen, and that's really scary. That if you have that much strength up front, you really have no options if you keep getting stuffed in the run but to throw, and then even then you might get sacked. I think it's scary.
Exactly. No, and it's hard to believe. Vanika Jarvis, she's been all over the field today, but she's another one of the Rebellion rookies.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just phenomenal to see where she's already at athletically.
And yeah, that's crazy. She, like you said, she's a rookie. She already looks like one of the strongest defensive players out there. She looks poised, and it's incredible. I think, like you said, it's just going to keep getting better and better. And what a mix, though. Like, you like to have, Nenji, 15 years. And here we go on the punt return here. Nenji Martin's played 15 years, and she has all these rookies that already have such physical talent. Looks like she's going all the way. Talk about physical talent.
Looks like she's going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line.
Irish Jones with the return.
Irish Jones. We've heard a lot of different names tonight, too. That's another thing I see that I like right away.
That is the scary thing about this Rebellion team. Teams need to be aware of that. It's a very deep squad right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And deep in two ways. Take a look at the Rebellion sideline and then take a look at the Ravens. The Rebellion have a lot of players to choose from that have proven that they're talented so far. Both the teams we've seen so far are significantly thinner rosters than San Diego.
Yeah, that is true, and a lot of that comes from being newer squads. But back to special teams, it's like one of the most overlooked facets of the game. And
Absolutely.
So far, from the film I've seen of the teams they've played and some teams they're going to play, they seem to have the best special teams unit out there, the most athletic, the most aware of what's going on.
Exactly. Here we go, first down, and we'll get back to that special teams thing in a second. But first and goal here.
So we have Smierzinski at quarterback now.
Nice. And once again, a lot of different names right through the hands of the receiver. I believe that was number 31. I believe that was Leslie Hubble on that one.
So before we get back to special teams, so we have Smierzinski back at quarterback, and now I remember when we watched the scrimmage a couple weeks ago, it was the first time we'd ever seen them play.
Exactly.
She had a freaking gun as a quarterback. She can sling it.
They put Nenji Martin in, obviously, at the beginning of the start. She was doing great. And then they put Smierzinski in, and it was almost like, man, if Nenji wasn't playing for 15 years, she might have been sweating right there. Like, yeah, like you said, perfect throws. It was a great... But Nenji was the one catching the passes, too, so I don't think they mind
she's
switching
lined up,
off.
It looks like she's lined up at tight end, so we'll see if we see that connection here tonight.
And it looks like they're going to go down low for another screen.
Bullet of a throw.
And it works to perfection. Maybe not a score there, but what we've been talking about all night, that screen is just the same as a run to them at this point. Like, it's just a few, they're really very open when they're getting the catches, so that's an automatic 3 right there, and then you just have to do some work from there. So that's been cool to see.
Exactly, yeah. They definitely know how to move the ball down the field slowly but surely.
So it is 3rd and 1. So we'll see if they score here. I still want to talk about that special teams thing. When you look at teams, you might look at, the quarterback threw for 300 yards, the running back ran for 250, but always look at where they start on the field, too, as a huge game changer to, who won that game. And here we go. Oh, nice stop there. 2 flags come out right away.
It's a big tackle by the Ravens right there in the backfield.
That was. They got them there. They tried to go to Hubble there. And right when I say it, it seems like they do it even a little bit more. That's 3 plays in a row by 3 different players, I believe.
Exactly. No, back to the special teams. You look at some of the best teams in football that are solid year in and year out. You got to look at their special teams.
Exactly.
You see teams like the Patriots. Obviously, everybody talks about their offense, Tom Brady, Gronk, all those weapons. But the special teams, they don't make mistakes hardly ever. Bill Belichick does not allow that. And so far, this coaching staff seems like they have that same sort of philosophy on special teams.
To be able to create potential, quote-unquote, star out of Matthew Slater, that's pretty impressive for a special teams. So, looks like the Rebellion have been copying that just model of all-around dominance. And
they've created their own special team star in Selena Graves. She's kicking, punting, returning kicks, returning punts. She's had some phenomenal Houdini-type returns today.
Exactly. And here they are, 4 wide out. Looks like they're going to go deep here. That was a nice shot. I think good job by the Ravens for swarming that. Their defense, as far as down the field and deflecting passes, has probably been their strongest thing so far. Unfortunately for them, the Rebellion don't need to throw the ball deep down the field.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. And so for the Rebellion, that's going to be something I know they're going to continue working on in practice. So right now in games like this, obviously it's not something they need to implement to win. But when you have games and you're down by 6 with 2 minutes remaining in the game, you're going to have to make some big plays like that.
Yeah,
so they really have to work on being able to get that when the defense knows it's coming.
No, I agree with that 100%. And this is, and I think they're doing it a little bit here. This is kind of even at so you said, this is her first year kicking. This is kind of a deep field goal for a kicker. So it looks like they're bringing, well, it won't be a kick there due to the bobbled snap, but it looks like they are trying their tougher plays, maybe, is the way to put it.
No, I agree. And before we get back to Selena Graves, I just want to thank a few of our sponsors.
Absolutely.
One of our sponsors, Filippi's Pizza in downtown Escondido. If you're feeling like you want some pizza tonight, make sure to check them out.
Yeah.
Also, if you like the socks you see the Rebellion wearing, be sure to check out Fightin' USA. They sell socks along with their amazing titanium tapes and discs. To get yours, visit fightinusa.com. Use the code SDR10 to get 10% off your order. Also, if you like what you hear on the mics tonight, you might want to check out Palomar College Media Studies to see how you can get involved in radio, broadcast, TV, and film.
Do it. You can cop the socks, look like your favorite Rebellion player, and then come up here and talk with your favorite announcers.
I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty fantastic.
That does to me. I like that.
Sounds like a great way to spend a Saturday night. Always could use some fresh new socks.
Exactly. Yeah, they go quicker than they should. But here we go. 20-yard line. Rebellion, I mean, you obviously don't want to put your foot on the brakes at any point in the game, but we'll see if they start to relax. I think that says a lot, like how you continue to play. Because, I mean, I don't know. Everyone has their own view on running the score up, but I personally believe play until the final clock. Like, it's practice at this point.
I agree. It's about still keeping... Oh, great tackle in the backfield.
Looks like it was stripped too, but yeah, that's just Vanika Jarvis doing what she's been doing all night.
Doing that all night, phenomenal job.
She's obviously not putting her foot on the brakes at all.
Oh, no, not at all. She definitely does not look like a rookie out there.
No.
She's obviously played some sort of sport where she's had to have high athletic ability before. But yeah, I mean, back to that, I mean, really it's about just keeping up that intensity without overdoing it to where you might cause unnecessary injuries.
Exactly.
You don't want to be plagued by injuries, especially when you have a smaller roster.
Mm-hmm. It's that middle ground. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Exactly.
And that was, wow, a 5-yard loss, it looks like, on that one. So yeah, great tackle by Vanika Jarvis. You just keep expecting more and more and more and more of that.
So yeah, defensively, the Rebellion really just need to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, they seem to be pretty locked in on defense. There's obviously still work to do, but they need to keep doing that. And then offense is still just working on formations, working on different plays.
Exactly.
So they know what works, what doesn't, and what they need to go back and work on.
Well, I mentioned it last week, and it's still a nice pitch there, but no gain on that one.
Another group tackle.
Something I mentioned last week that still kind of interests me is during the scrimmage, the Rebellion really only ran one formation the whole time. And you've seen a lot of different stuff ever since. So who knows, like, what the purpose of that necessarily was, but I think that, like you said, it's almost like they just started, I mean, obviously they're doing it in practice, but they really got a game feel for those plays on week one, game one, without doing it in the scrimmage. So it will take a few weeks for them to perfect those plays. They've done it, I mean, to be dominating teams like they have, that's 6 points in 2 weeks. That's a great start, no matter how rusty you are.
Exactly, no, that's 3 points a game. I mean, that's a field goal.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
It's pretty freaking ridiculous.
That is a kick going through. That's incredible.
And just a quick reminder, it looks like we do have about 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
That's right, and they're going to go a little low here. Ooh. Nice initial hit on that one, but
as our boy Nick would say, there is some mustard on the lettuce.
Yes, there is. Ronnie Armstrong took her down there, but we'll have a flag, see who it's on.
Had to give a quick shout out to Nicholas Baldwin for that.
I think another cool thing, I mean, Jarvis I've seen more on defense, but, well, and I mean, she did just return that kick too, but a lot of the star defensive players are also, like, I mean, Ronnie Armstrong has been all over the field. She's also the star running back. And I mean, Nenji, maybe not tonight, but last week she was making a lot of great plays on defense. Like, they have that, I've said it a couple times, they have that deep roster, but it doesn't need to be utilized just yet because of the fact that all these girls can do stuff on both sides of the field.
I agree. Like, it's amazing to me how we've said it before. Martin played middle linebacker for 15 years.
Right.
She's hardly playing on defense, and they're playing phenomenal.
Exactly.
I think she wants to see what the defense has, and she's going to save that for maybe more of the playoffs, where she's going to want to come and use that 15 years of experience on defense.
I agree. And I mean, what a blessing that you don't need to be doing that. Like, just out of the fact that your team is dominating either way. Like, there's really no point for her to come in and do that because they're filling her shoes perfectly.
Exactly. Mira back to receive the punt, cutting back up the middle of the field.
Looking, but
she lost the football.
Lost the football there.
Vanika had trouble recovering it.
And I think it's Ravens' ball.
It's going to be Ravens' ball.
Nice job there by the Ravens jumping down on it. It looked like Mira looked up before she fully secured the ball, which is the downfall of a lot of players.
Yeah, she was definitely looking to get some extra yards there, but it's okay. It's a work in progress.
Exactly.
That's going to be a positive play for the Ravens. We'll see if they're able to maybe get some points in the fourth quarter, get this donut hole off the scoreboard.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure if you're the Rebellion defense right now, you're hoping that you keep it at 0, but a shutout's never fun. It's they'll do what they can to prevent that. And
that's going to bring up the end of the third quarter.
That will. Special thanks to Play Again Now Recovery, proud supporters of the Rebellion from the beginning. Play Again Now is a daily recovery drink formulated with 2 active ingredients: high molecular weight hyaluronic acid and MSM to help provide lubrication, anti-inflammatory, and immune support at the cellular level. Recovery for the entire human body.
Get it back to 15. There you go.
Whew. And that is the toughest part of my job, is saying that a little
Great
right
job,
there.
Will.
Thank you.
Let's make some noise for this.
It sounds pretty complicated, but Play Again Now Recovery, they really know what they're doing to keep these players fresh.
I mean, tonight has been a relatively injury-free, which is great. But last week we saw the other team that they were playing have a significant amount of players leaving the field. The Rebellion, we've really been yet to see that. Obviously, Bulldog is out tonight.
Yeah, Bulldog
which
is out.
was
Obviously, our original kicker, Jen
addition,
Strother,
yeah.
has gone down.
Those were big losses. But, I mean, other than that, it's been a relatively healthy team. And maybe that Play Again Now recovery is a big part of that.
50-50.
So here we go, 15 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
So just announce the number.
Obviously, since it's the start of it.
Go ahead and start. Sorry there, folks, if you heard a little bit of that. I was just helping our other announcers do the giveaway raffle. Remember, if you do want to come check out your Rebellion live in person, there will be raffles at the game for you to win some cold, hard cash, maybe even a special bundle brought to you again by Play It Again Now Recovery, Fightin', and the Rebellion team themselves.
Exactly. So much you can do. Dance FX will be here for a halftime show, and on May 12th, Willie Buchanan was the honorary captain tonight. It's a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
A nice hit there at the end of that one. I think she might have knocked that ball out. That could have been a catch potentially. And that was number 44, Elliot Nguyen, all over the field tonight. I think she's hit double digits.
Yeah, I think she has. And, I think it just comes from, it looks like she has played, she played 4 years of high school football right here in San Diego at Patrick Henry High School. I actually do not know if it was co-ed or she was playing with the big boys, but she looks like she might have been.
The way she's been playing out here tonight, she might have been able to easily get 10 tackles on the football field no matter who was out there.
I agree. I think she looked like she could have been an elite varsity high school football player. We'll have to learn more about that. We'll ask her later.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that she did play right here in San Diego, Patrick Henry. So here we go, 2nd down and 10. We have the Ravens wanting to prevent that shutout we've been talking about. And I believe that was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, make sure if you're able to come out to some of our games. After the games, the team heads up to Jacked Up Brewery, the 5th quarter home for your San Diego Rebellion. Join the team and coaches for some great local beer and a fantastic time.
Have you ever been there to Jacked Up Brewery?
I haven't, but one of these days I'm going to have to go. There's a bunch of characters on this team, and from what I've seen, they're all pretty cool people.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, you want to get to know them a little bit more than them just dominating on the field, then definitely check that out. There's some characters out here. Even as we go through their bios, they've done a lot, seen a lot. And here we go, 3rd and 10 at the Rebellion 48-yard line. This has been... I know they got a little bit deeper down the field, but this is generally the best position they've had so far.
Yeah. And if I'm the Ravens, I start looking at. I'm not going to look at all the negative things in this game. I'm going to look at the positives. They're going to go back in the film room, prepare for their game next week. And there's definitely some things they did well in this game. And so for them, they just need to keep their heads up and keep grinding to try to get some wins in this league.
Exactly. Part of me almost was going to say maybe practice things you don't normally do. But after you say that, I think you're 100% right. I think that if they want to win next week, they're not going to be throwing bombs on the field and doing stuff that they don't normally do. They're going to stick to this running plan that they've been doing and those short little tosses. So just keep up with it, see where it goes, just see how you can improve on that. And no need to do anything special right now.
Exactly. No, I definitely see some talent on that team. They've been a great competitor. The one thing I would have them focus on is turnovers. Turnovers are what are going to kill you in this league.
High turnover rate, and I do think that maybe a couple of runs. It obviously is their strength, and do play to your strengths, but I've seen them run a few times on 3rd and long. That's always a tough one, unless you're 100% sure you've got the personnel.
Yeah,
so,
especially when you think, when you know the defense is sitting on that, they don't expect you to throw the ball there.
It's a big defensive line. This is one of Rebellion's bigger strengths, actually, is their size. So yeah, you're kind of going right into the line's mouth with that one. Or the Rebellion's axe, maybe that's a better way to put it. But anyway, here we go, 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. I mean, that was a nice punt there, so this puts, this will give the Rebellion a chance to do their, I mean,
yeah, this is the
obviously
longest
not.
field position they've had all night, so this is a chance for them to work on trying to drive the ball downfield. We do still have a running clock in the game, so obviously it's going to eat up a lot of time.
Exactly.
If you're them, work on just driving down the field right here.
Right. I was going to say 2-minute offense, but they're obviously going to want to cut some more time than that on this. Yeah, you're going to have to do this, especially late in games, drive down the field really far, so why not get that practice right now? And I think
Smurs on the keeper.
Oh, and that ball bounced out a couple times on that one.
A couple times.
And it is recovered by the Ravens. Smurs, she faked the shovel pass at first. I thought she was good to go, but nope, fumbles it. And now the Ravens have the best field position they've had all night.
Yeah, this is their opportunity to get into the end zone. That's 2 possessions in a row where they've been able to force a fumble. First on the punt and now on this.
Exactly, and that's obviously a huge thing to just look forward to for next week, is the fact that, yeah, it may be 42-0 right now, but this defense obviously can force turnovers on a better team.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good sign.
You know, it looks like we do have an injury timeout right now.
Unfortunately,
Looks as though one of the
I believe it is
one of the
a
Ravens players
Raven
is
player.
down. We hope
And you
she's
never
all
like to
right.
see that, yeah.
Yeah, the trainers checking her out. We have some great trainers here on the sidelines.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, big shout out to them. And it's tough. You don't want to see that ever, but especially late in a game where the score is, it's kind of a set game. And it looks like we have some medical staff coming out to the field, so this does look to be serious. That is never good to see.
As our water boy brings out some water.
Yeah.
Good job, kid.
Man, yeah. Yeah, doing his thing. Man, I really hope she's okay. We didn't see this at all last week. This is the first time we've seen the medical staff coming out. That's never a good sign. So, in the 99.9% chance that this isn't the greatest comeback in sports history, what do you like the most and want the Rebellion to do to go that perfect big 3-0?
In their game on the 28th?
Yes, exactly. They do have a bye week, but they will be playing on the 28th.
I do realize that's going to be one of their toughest games of the season against the Los Angeles Warriors. It's a very formidable opponent. We don't know if they're 2-0 yet, but I would assume they win their game tonight. We'll find out later.
If it's not, it's an upset. It is a very strong team. I believe they made a very deep run in the
Division I playoffs last year.
And that's, you're the cream of the crop if you're in Division I.
Apparently they picked out some even better players this year, so it's definitely going to be the first big challenge of the year for the Rebellion. I think they're just going to have to make sure they stay to themselves. They know what their game is. They know it's all about these short screen passes, making nice runs. Quarterback options have been phenomenal with Nenji using her brains.
I agree 100%. The worst thing they could do is try to play to the Los Angeles team. You don't want to feed right into their thing. Just do exactly what you've been doing. And who knows? Maybe for all we know, these have been the other teams that have been making great playoff runs, or players that have been a part of that. And the Rebellion have already been spanking some great talent. So we'll see what happens 2 weeks from now. We look forward to that. But we are back on the field. Good news is I think the Raven player was able to walk off on her own strength, mostly.
Yeah, that was good to see. And by the way, that game on the 28th, it's going to be active and retired military night. They will get in for $5. Kickoff will be at 6 p.m.
San Diego Rebellion takes a time out to gather their thoughts.
And that is a timeout there. That'll stop the clock. If you looked in the corner of the screen a little bit earlier, you did see the Raven player standing over there with the medical staff. So yeah, that's also great news. So yeah, I mean another timeout here. I believe the Rebellion have one more. Do you think it's interesting they've been calling timeouts right now?
I think it is because you can't really focus on the scoreboard, especially in a lot of sports. A lot of times, like fans, we focus on the scoreboards. But when you're in that game, whether you're up big, down big, it's a close game or not, you're focused on working on something, especially in a blowout.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe to us, it's 10 minutes left. It's 42 minutes. Why are you calling timeouts? On their point of view, it's let's get this play in. Let's perfect this drive.
Exactly. No, the greatest teams, they never let their foot off the gas.
Exactly.
You know? People sometimes are like, oh, they ran up the score. Oh, they blow everybody out. They're just trying to work on what they work on because they know there's going to be tougher opponents, there's going to be closer games, and they're going to need everything they've got to win those games.
Right. Well, and what would that say at any point if Gray group sack by here? But what would it say to your team at any point if, and they're obviously not doing it here, if you're going easy in a blowout, it really, football is a big game of muscle memory. You're kind of almost training yourself to maybe go easy in certain situations where you should never be doing that. If you're going hard 100% of the time, there's no lapse or anything. You're just totally in on that. And they, with that big sack, they're obviously doing that.
Exactly. No, that big sack was led by Tanya Luna. She looked amazing right there. She's looked very solid all night. She's definitely a run stopper.
She is, yeah, and she's a big vet on this team. We've mentioned these rookies, but they all seem to have a vet right next to them that's a huge part of it. She's already played 5 years in this league. She's been a part of the San Diego Sting and North County Stars. So that's some well-needed experience for this brand new squad. And another awesome tackle, I believe.
It was number 31, Leslie Hubble. She was in on the action. Don't know 100% if she made the tackle solo, but she was definitely in on the action there, making things happen.
Great tackle by Leslie Hubble. That's another name that we've seen over and over tonight.
Another player, Leslie Hubble, has quite the story. She was a lieutenant commander in the United States Navy. She enlisted in 2004. She became a public affairs officer in 2008. She was also in college. She was a collegiate track and field athlete at Loyola University in Baltimore, MD, in 1999. She's played football since 2000, so she's another very experienced football player as well.
Nice. She's got that edge then. And here we go. It is 3rd and 13.
They're the home brawny.
It's just the home team.
A nice tackle there. I believe that was that was number, I believe 15. I believe that was Katrina Walter. So we're seeing a few bench players come in and play really well right now. So it is 4th down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah. No, yeah, and then so back to Leslie Hubble. She played for the Baltimore Burns, SoCal Scorpions, the San Diego Surge during the 2011 inaugural season, the San Diego Sting, Jacksonville Dixie Blues from 2013 through 15, and the North County Stars from 2016 through 17. She's been all over the San Diego area. The only time she didn't play football was when she was in Spain for 3 years, stationed on an aircraft carrier.
So
that's pretty awesome to see.
That edge, that natural leadership that comes with being a lieutenant commander and stuff. That's a huge addition. Every time we mention a player, we just realize more and more, that's a big addition to this team. This is a really, really strong inaugural squad, and you just see more and more of that the more they play. That's really cool.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate all the service she has done for our country as well.
And a nice tackle there on that one. They just keep pushing it and pushing it. That's a really strong line. I believe that was Vanika Jarvis. Yes, that was.
Exactly.
Same names over and over.
Yep. Yeah, back to that, people don't realize, like, especially in semi-pro football, I mean, it's bigger than the game. I mean, you've got so much going on.
Right.
It's big for the community. You've got so many people that have done so much for our country, for their communities. It's an honor to see them work so hard and put something fantastic on the field like this tonight.
Right, yeah, I agree. I think, I mean, the fans that do come out, they're into the game, they're excited, and you see, I mean, we've already mentioned a couple times, but getting Willie Buchanan to come out here and be an honorary captain, that's a big deal for the community and stuff. I mean, that's an NFL player. That's
exactly,
cool.
You know, he was local from Oceanside.
Exactly.
He was phenomenal in the NFL with, who did he play for again? He played for the Chargers.
And two-time Pro Bowl with the Packers, and yeah, like you said, the Chargers. Stud with the San Diego State Aztecs and the Oceanside Pirates. So this is a guy that's, he's played all three levels of football here in
Out here,
San
yeah.
Diego.
I
That's so
believe
cool.
Even before he went to San Diego State, he was at Miracosta
Exactly.
College. All
And
right.
here we go.
So we've got Selena Graves with open field. 30,
Look at those legs.
20,
She's going all the
10,
way.
5-yard line. Touchdown, Selena Graves. Wow. What a way to cap off her night.
Ironic, her last name is Graves. She put the nail in the coffin with that one. That is a huge run right there. And I believe that makes it 49-0. That's the kicker, folks. She's been nailing them.
She's been everywhere.
And she'll show off her athletic ability on other parts of the field as well. She doesn't just have a boot.
Yeah, no, she's been our kicker for the past 2 games, but she's listed on offense as a wide receiver, and on defense she's a dog and an offensive linebacker.
Exactly.
Outside linebacker, excuse me. So she just, obviously kicking was the newest thing to her, and she's accepted it with everything she's got. And
Exactly.
she's willing to be great at whatever it is they ask her to do. That's what you need on every single team.
You're right, yeah. You can't appreciate that kind of player enough because a lot of teams don't have
it looks
that
like
luxury.
it's being brought back. Sorry about that, folks.
Interesting.
We were a little
we
off
were
there.
very happy about that. It was an awesome run, but it looks like it is brought back.
Yeah, so it still is 42-0 with about 4:50 remaining in this game.
Which keeps the score at 42-0 late in the fourth quarter.
And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's a running clock right now. There must be a mercy rule at some point, but here we go. Smurs showing off the deep arm. Nice catch.
By number 32, Kristen Stoll.
That's the professor right there. That's
Yeah, I
our,
want to give her a quick shout out. She's taught us a lot in the Palomar Media Studies Department. It's great to see her out here making some plays.
making moves on the field. That's cool to see.
I see her family in attendance right here. They're very proud of her right now.
She's got a big fan base out here.
She really does. She does a lot for this team as far as the marketing and putting everything together. Her and her husband Peter do so much for all of us and for this team.
Yeah, exactly. They're one of our sponsors, San Diego Digital Imagery. There isn't anything they can't do for your team or business.
Yeah, no, it's really cool to see her out here playing football. I understand last year she went through a pretty hard injury.
She did.
With
She
her
got
elbow.
injured in the preseason, which has got to be the worst feeling. But nice catch there. Obviously, her elbow's back in shape. That was just a perfect catch. It didn't look like she was hurt at all. And that makes it 1st and 10 at the Rebellion 38-yard line. Let's see who they go to this one. It obviously is their second unit in right now, which is just as strong as their first.
Exactly. Like here's Ronnie Armstrong. She's been everywhere for the past 2 games.
Ronnie Armstrong, dodging around everyone. Nice hit at the end of that one.
Great job. There is going to be a flag on the play as well. They'll await the call from the officials.
Ronnie Armstrong with the strong arms on that one. But, yeah, like you said, I think they're calling it back.
Yeah, Ronnie's another elite athlete. She spent 11 years playing football, 7 years youth, and then 4 years in high school. So she's definitely glad to be out here playing with the San Diego Rebellion team now.
That's incredible. I mean, I've heard certain things about, there is an argument about at what age, like I've heard, kids shouldn't start playing football till their 8th grade. But if you're in the favor of kids should start playing young, use Ronnie Armstrong as one of your examples. That's 11 years playing high school and down. That's pre through 12, and then obviously she's playing in this league now.
Exactly. She's playing at an elite level. She has very high level athleticism. I mean, she's definitely one of the quickest players I've seen so far.
Absolutely. All that experience pays off in this situation. So here we go. That penalty made it 1st and 15. And Smrzinski is still in the backfield, I believe. And that's a long bomb.
Caught by Vanika Jarvis, who breaks a tackle, works her way down the field. 10-5, touchdown, Vanika Jarvis.
Vanika Jarvis. That's a sack. That's a punt return or kick return touchdown, I believe, and a receiving touchdown.
As well as a fumble recovery. I mean, wow.
That's one of the rarest achievements on the Xbox, man. She is killing it out here tonight.
Exactly, and just like we were talking about before, we were saying how we want them to get that long bomb game going. Well, it definitely looked amazing right there.
It did there. I mean, how incredible. That's every facet of the game. That's offense, that's defense, and that's special teams.
Obviously, exactly. You know, you already know the game is out of hand. But you still want to work on stuff, and like we said, without being unsportsmanlike, they're still out here making sure they work on what they need to work on.
They are.
In a way that's going to make them better without embarrassing the other team, if that makes sense.
Exactly. And I mean, as far as the other team, they've been making the
Extra
right
point
places
is
stuff.
good.
If they're embarrassed about tonight, then I would just say you played a really strong, bigger, deeper team, and you have a lot to. I mean, playing a great team, like if you've ever practiced one-on-one against a guy way better than you, suddenly you're making moves on the guys that you're usually practicing against.
Exactly.
And so this is
No, yeah, and like I said, you can't look at this game as a downer. You have to just you got to take the positives from it and then just go back to work. Keep working on what you got. At the end of the day, it's all about getting better, coming closer as a team. Because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
It is,
that bond that you create as a team.
Yeah, I agree. A very underrated part of sports, and it's why those first-year super teams don't seem to. They're not like the Rebellion usually. They're not dominating like this, but that chemistry matters a lot.
Exactly. No, and I think with these first 2 games, the Rebellion have really put the whole league on notice. I think there were some teams like, okay, it's the first year with this team. I know they've got some players that have played in this league before, but we don't know how they're going to perform.
Right.
Well, you've seen how they perform now. The verdict is out. Now it's up to the Rebellion to keep working to make sure that it doesn't get in their heads so that the other teams
exactly
aren't ready for what happens.
And I mean, like you've already mentioned, the other teams will be able to scout Nenji Martin since she's been playing so long. They'll be able to scout players like Cherry Morzardi, who had 6 years playing, Katrina Walter, who played for 10 years, Michelle Haney with 6. And that's all well and fine, but Venetia Jarvis, all these rookies, you really only have a 2-game sample, so I think teams are sweating thinking, wow, we really don't know what to expect at this point.
Exactly, that's tough. And just so you know, if you did like this offensive explosion tonight, be sure to check out Coach Cree Morris and his 5-2 quarterback clinics. For more information on how to improve your quarterbacking skills or your child's quarterbacking skills, check out quarterbackcoach.org.
That's right. If you want your son or daughter throwing like Smurs just did there, definitely check that out.
Yeah, we all talk about how Nenji Martin was there working on her craft, but there's been multiple players working with Coach Cree Morris on this team, and he does know more about the game than just quarterbacking. Obviously, that's his specialty, but he definitely knows how to coach football. And,
right. He's as a quarterback, you learn all that, so it's cool. Yeah. And nice pitch there by the Ravens, but a great tackle from behind by number 44, Elliot Newyer.
Exactly.
Once again.
Exactly, and I personally have not met Coach Cree Morris, but I would definitely love to meet him one time just to gain some knowledge from him, because definitely want to be out there to learn.
Yeah, exactly. I want to start throwing like, was it Melvin Ingram, the one that threw it like 100 yards downfield on the thing?
I don't remember.
Teach me how to throw like him, Creed, but
all right, Coach Cree, if you hear this, make sure you come check us out in the booth next game if you're around. We would love to get some tips from you, build up our arm strength, and see what you coach.
Exactly. And here we go, first and 10 after that one, and a nice run up the middle by the Ravens.
Heck yeah! Also, another reminder: be sure to check out Fightin' USA. If you want some amazing game socks or even just some casual wear socks. To get your fighting on, visit fightinusa.com and use the code SDR10 to get 10% off your next order.
And that tackle on that last one was by Coach Cree's protege herself, Nenji Martin. She's off the field for this one right now, but yeah, like we've already mentioned a couple times, that's even in a game where it's not 49-0, they don't necessarily need her on the field right now with all this talent. And case proven, that was a great tackle for the group on the fullback.
Heck yeah, and just so you know, if you are ever as hungry as this Rebellion defense appears to be, make sure to check out Filippi's Pizza in downtown Escondido for some amazing pizza. I have not been there yet, but I definitely need to check them out. I hear nothing but great things.
Absolutely.
I might go tonight. We'll see. See you there.
Yeah, I think... and that's it. I believe this game is over.
Yeah.
That is a 49-0 game. Sorry about that abrupt ending there, but yeah, they... great game. What did you like the most? Biggest strengths and maybe something that you want to see them improve against their toughest competition of this young season in a couple weeks.
So we've touched on it a little bit, but like I said, the biggest strength is definitely going to be that running game and the short screen. Okay, besides defense, I don't even want to talk about defense because that defense is just there's nothing to say about them. They're so good.
Yep.
Especially for a young team, they're going to keep getting better and better with more tackling practice. But offensively, I love what they're doing. They're sticking within themselves. They're spreading the ball around. There's no one offensive player like, oh, you know the ball's going to Ronnie Armstrong.
Right.
No, it's not going to Ronnie. Now it's going to Smurs. Now it's going to Vanika Jarvis. Oh, Nenji's lined up at tight end. So they just need to keep mixing it up like that, keeping the defense on their toes. As far as their weakness, I mean, we saw them work on it a little bit here at the end of the game. They need to work on getting the ball downfield a little more. They have not run into the struggles where they need to do so yet, but it's going to come up eventually. Maybe even against the Los Angeles Warriors on the 28th, their next home game.
Yes, that'll be big. Yeah, you know, I think you covered that perfectly, Jordan. I think that they're confident in every single player on that sideline, and it's been obviously, and this is a cool sight. They're shaking the hands of the injured Raven player. Some great sportsmanship to end this one. Obviously, it's you want to see everyone go home safe.
Exactly, we do love that. We thank the Inland Empire Ravens for coming out to play
Absolutely.
tonight. We hope you all have a safe trip home. Good luck on the rest of your season, Ravens. We look forward to hearing about what goes on the rest of your season.
Yeah, absolutely. This is only the beginning. I'm Luke Sutherland. Great 2-0 start for the Rebellion, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
We will see you in 2 weeks. I'm Jordan Spurgeon. We look forward to our next appearance. Thank you for tuning in. I know you're watching this as a replay. Have a great night.
Can you turn on the light?